Well, hello. Welcome to the Transparency. Got a special show for you guys. It's going to be a great year, though. Welcome. Let's do this.
Listen, folks, I know there's a history here. I'd like to get
there's a history here.
You know, everybody needs
30-year history here.
On the relevant facts, okay? I know there's a history here. I know.
Are you talking up by Sunset Mart? Up the hill by the gas station?
Yeah.
Okay. Why did you...
How about the Clintons? Let's do it. I'm ready.
All right, who's responsible here?
All right, who's responsible here? I know I'm responsible here, and that's why it's going to be a blast. If you guys are at home with your children, take a minute. Give yourself a clap because you are an awesome parent. I don't know if kids are off where you're at, but kids are off where I'm at. So give yourself a little break. Throw some earbuds in. Turn it up. I got a special guest with me. Welcome to the stage, Miss Potts.
Happy New Year.
2024 is about to be lit, I think, for Truth and Transparency.
Fire.
Straight fire. Can you believe it? I'm going to talk about this motherfucker.
I'm so excited. Can't wait. This is my wheelhouse right here. So,
all right, good. So we got 1991 flight logs. They released them, but more importantly, I got 95 pages. I think I sent them to you as like a Christmas gift. I was like, here you go, dig into this.
Yep.
Unredacted names, numbers. We were going ham over. Let's see who's from Idaho. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of what we did. So we're gonna get into that towards the end of the show. But I'm gonna pull up the flight logs that they say, oh, here's what the big deal is. Are the Clintons on there?
That was not a name I saw.
No, you didn't see the Clintons? Wasn't that like the big
I did not.
Wasn't that the big thing in the courtroom? Like, should we be exposing past presidents?
Yes, but this was, if I remember correctly, the 95 pages is only 1 year, 2004 to 2005.
Oh, no, the flight logs. Have you seen the flight logs?
Oh, the
from
flight
1991?
logs. No,
yeah, from 1991.
No.
I'm just curious. This was the whole big thing is that we're not giving up these flight logs because guess who's on it? The Clintons. So the Clintons are on there. We're going to talk about the people that are on there. First, I want to say happy birthday.
Log. Yeah. The flight logs, forget it. I mean, pick a politician, pick anyone from Hollywood. They're on it. Okay.
Well, then, so this is how we're going to do this, just to make it go quicker. I'm not going to read off, and you're not going to read off, like, obviously, every time Jerry was flying and stuff like that. I just want to keep it to names that aren't obviously Jiz and Jeffrey. So anytime you see those, I'm just going to we know that they're on the plane, or the plane was like relocating to a location that, he would be picked up in. When I was skimming through, I was like, man, female 1, female 2, we have 3 females on this flight. It's insane. But when you see C. Clinton, people are like, yeah, those are the Clintons. Do you think that could have been Chelsea Clinton at all? I'm just curious, C.
Could
Clinton.
be.
I mean,
Yeah.
I think Bill is a B, Chelsea's the C.
Yeah.
Anyways, just curious. Want to say welcome to everybody. Happy New Year. And I'm going to pull these up. But first, I have a sponsor for this episode, and it is Scott Roeder's Crime Time Machine. So I want to show you guys. It's a 6-minute clip of his latest case that he gave me free reign to play the reenactment of the crime that was labeled, I believe, a suicide, and then he wanted to reenact it and show that he was actually murdered. So this was a case that he's been working on. So those of you guys that are following the work that this channel does, Scott Roeder is a good personal friend, good man, but he's the best when you want to talk about crime scene reenactments. You want to talk about 3D imaging. You want to talk about what they were saying that they did at the Idaho 4 house. This man could literally tell you what they were doing, what they should have been doing, when they should have been doing it. Go back and check out my episodes with him. Go out and check out. He has a podcast, and he's a funny dude, man. He's going to be on the channel over the next couple of weeks, a couple different times for a couple different cases that I'm covering. And just to shoot the shit about right here, we're going to talk more with Scott Roeder on Jeffrey Epstein. So make sure you guys check out those episodes. Like I said, he's a phenomenal dude, and he's got a lot of experience, and he's dealt with the highest of the high profile cases. This is who I would get if I was Ann Taylor. I think that Scott Roeder would kill it with the jury. So if Ann Taylor can make a switch up with her, if she's got, an expert in this field, I would think about mixing that up, only because I think Scott will kill it with I think there's going to be some young jurors on the Idaho 4 case, and that's who I would try to snatch up. And I think Scott Roeder would draw them in. I do. And that's what matters. I mean, at the end of the day, your jury's who decides your fate. So let's take a look here, and then we're going to jump right into these logs, and then those unredacted 95 pages. We're going to skim through those as well. And I want to give a special shout out to Mike Drop and Mama. I'll be seeing you soon here. You don't even know it, but yeah, you will be seeing me soon. She's like, what? What are you talking about? Don't you worry. We got some plans coming for her. All right, guys, give me a second here. I want to pull this up. Do me a favor. At some point during the show, you're going to like it or you're going to hate it. You have an opinion, hit the thumbs up or hit the thumbs down. Yep, I told you can hit the thumbs down. Only challenge, I'm going to tell you that. But yeah, you have an opinion, make it known. So here we go. It's Sherlock. You guys may know the case. You guys may not know the case. I want to send this to myself. I thought I already did. There we go. All right, here we go. I'm going to load it. Just give me a second here, Annie, and then you're going to just go ham over these names, okay?
All right. Let's do it. Right. I got my brew ready to go.
You do?
I sure do.
God, I love this woman. All right, guys.
I got a salty caramel cold brew right here, ready to go.
Oh, perfect. Then I got to go grab mine, too.
You're muted.
Oh, those of you guys have been following my cases, bringing this one to you. Like I said, Scott Roeder gave me permission to do it. Let's do it.
I love Scott.
I know, he's the best. One of the best in the biz. All right. Thank you for all the emails I've been getting over the long holiday, too. You guys are awesome. Let's see. Sent. All right. Why didn't this send? It's always something. Oh, your file is downloaded. Download. I want to send this.
Well, while you're doing that, I just want to say Happy New Year to everyone in chat. Make it a great year.
Yeah, just 1 second here. I'm pulling the.
Oh, good. Maybe everybody would love to hear about my cleaning shenanigans for a minute, because that's what I've been doing since I woke up yesterday morning. Organizing, cleaning, out with the old, in with the new.
All right, we got it.
Let's go.
Here we go. Again, it's a trigger warning just because it has autopsy photos in it. So this is as real as you can get. We'll go like this.
The following video is an evidence room forensic crime scene reconstruction. Warning. The following contains actual autopsy photographs and disturbing images related to the death of Michael Biker Sherlock. Viewer discretion is advised. On December 3rd, 2015, Michael Sherlock was discovered at the waterfront of the Terminal Line Surfing Park in La Jolla, California at about 6:34 a.m. by a local surfer. Mr. Sherlock was last seen alive the night before at between 8 and 9 p.m. by his wife Amy Sherlock when he left his home. It is critical to note that Mr. Sherlock had no injuries whatsoever when he departed his home at this time. As part of our investigation into the death of Michael Sherlock, we reviewed extensive documentation including crime scene photographs and medical evidence, including a full analysis of the physical and forensic evidence. Inexplicably and quickly, it was determined by the San Diego Homicide Division that Mr. Sherlock was an apparent suicide. Without any substantial investigation and completely ignoring obvious evidence of blunt force impact to his right forehead that had a symmetrical shape of a right angle. This is clearly consistent in shape and wound depth with the base of the magazine of the gun that was found near him, strongly indicating a pistol whipping injury. This injury could have concussed Mr. Sherlock to the point, certainly, where he could have been overtaken, and then the gun was put into his mouth from a sideward action. We believe this because of the fractures to his upper teeth from the slide coming back, and then also the injuries to his lower lip, which fits the diameter of the gun being placed in his mouth horizontally. The bullet path caused a wound that was directly to the back of his throat, which is inconsistent with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. We would expect a much more vertical trajectory into the brain because you have to hit the spinal cord, which is very narrow, and this was not a hollow tip bullet. So a person wouldn't have expected any peripheral catastrophic damage on the bullet pathway. At least you wouldn't expect that if you were trying to commit suicide. You would put the gun toward your brain, or not orally at all, but to the side of the head, above and slightly behind the ear, and using your dominant hand, in this case, the right hand. The gun was discovered on his left side, which is extremely suspicious. I think the violent nature of this wound, to me, suggests that it is a murder. Also noted in his autopsy report was a contusion and abrasion on his lower leg, which is consistent with being kicked or tripped. Going along with the dirt on the front of his clothing, looks like he was clearly in a struggle. The blunt force trauma to the back of his head, which could have been from the impact of him being slammed on the ground or on the rock wall behind him where there's evidence of blood. The inexplicable nature of the San Diego Police Department's investigation, or should I say lack of investigation, is that they didn't find it suspicious that no ejected shell casing was recovered. He was certainly not close enough to the water to have any tide be an impact on taking away evidence. He was dry and the area around him was dry. So we would expect the ejected shell casing to be found within a few feet of his body, located in that area where it should have been easily found. If it was not there, that means they either didn't look for it or somebody picked it up. That same somebody who gave him the blunt force trauma to the forehead. That same somebody that gave him the contusion to the leg and the bruise and contusion on the back of his head. The same somebody that entered the gun into his mouth horizontally and made this trajectory backwards into his throat. Certainly, none of these things are consistent with a self-inflicted gunshot wound. Furthermore, there is blood on the left side of the gun and not the right side of the gun, indicating again that it was placed in his mouth horizontally. Additionally, there is blood on the base of the magazine, which is consistent in shape and size of the area impacted on his right front forehead. Also, the fact that he had dirt and debris on the front of his body. He had cuts on both his right and left hands, indicating that he was in a struggle and probably fought back. There was blood noted away from his body that most likely did not come from the gunshot wound, but rather the forehead injury, indicating that the struggle happened in an area to the right of where he was discovered at final rest. So the evidence is overwhelming, I think, in this case to a degree of scientific certainty, and based on the physical and forensic evidence alone that Michael Sherlock was the victim of a murder, and this murder should be investigated further by local authorities at this time. My name is Scott Roeder. I am an evidence specialist for Evidence Room, Cleveland, Ohio.
There you guys had it first. We'll be talking more about that case. So again, instead of me bombarding you with ads about, try this product or try that product, or, hey, this really worked for me, you guys should use this. No, something that I'm trying to do in 2024 is bring awareness to cases that maybe don't get talked about, cases that nobody knows about. That's what I'm choosing to do with Ad Space 2024. So again, Scott Roeder, best in the business. That's the first of you guys seeing Scott Roeder getting a case to be reopened that was labeled a suicide. Now, for your feature. Welcome back, Annie Potts.
Hello.
I mean, doesn't he do just amazing work?
I was just about to say, before we move on, I have to give nothing but props to Mr. Roeder, because his reenactments are just incredible, and he explains it so succinctly as well. He's not just showing it to you, it's being explained to you, right? And he's 100% right about the shell casing. They either didn't look for it or someone picked it up, for sure.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely. So here we go. Those of you guys that just joined us, you didn't miss anything to do with the list yet. All I can say is please rewind it, check out that reenactment, and because we're going to be talking about that case, and Scott's going to be doing other reenactments. So especially cases that we've already been covering here. But like I said, my sales pitch was that I think Ann Taylor should definitely invest in Scott Roeder. I think that he will resonate with the jury, especially if there's a younger touch to it. So again, Scott Roeder will be on over the next couple of weeks at different points in time, talking about this case, as well as talking about the Darcy Smith, the Drake case. And then we have him talking about Idaho 4 again. He goes in and out wanting to talk about Idaho 4, but let's do it. Here we go. The list.
Dun, dun, dun.
The list. All right, here we go. Let me just add this to it. I'm going to enhance it. We're going to be off to the side. It's not as clear as like you would want I think that it's not as clear, but you guys will be able to tell what it is. So good morning to those of you guys on the West Coast. Good afternoon to you guys on the East Coast. And if you guys are new here, like I said, at the end of it, you're going to have a take on this channel. Make yourself known. Thumbs it up, thumbs it down. You're going to have a take on Miss Potts. Use the comment section of the video. Communicate in live chat. Just be kind to one another. That's all we ask. Here we go. Again, we had a baby here, 9-month member. Christine, very interested in anything after 1998. Very interesting. We're going to start with 1991. And then Jamie is a new member, so welcome to the transparency. Overseas people love you as well. Hold on one second there, Annie.
Sorry if y'all can hear in chat. My cat's meowing and my daughter's watching Encanto.
It's okay. Here we go. Yeah. I'm going to make it as big as I can for you guys. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Alrighty. And then I should be able to control it this way. Okay, here we go. I'm going to share on at 200%, so we should be good. We're just really concerned about the names. Like I said, it's there. So I'm gonna, me and you won't be seen anymore, but our log will.
Okay.
Or they have that big. Okay, so let's see if I want that. Okay, I'm gonna try to make that bigger too. Now, those of you guys who are listening, if you're at work, we'll be reading off some of these names. So again, this starts at 1991. Yep, 1991, April 25th, 1991 to be exact. We like to be exact over here. I'm gonna zoom it in as much as I can. And like I said, I care more about these names. Like I said, the names. There we go. Can you see that, Miss Potts there?
I'm gonna try and make my screen bigger here. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Oh, okay, cool. Yeah, I got it.
Okay, so I'm gonna make this even bigger. How's that? Can you see the screen then? If you're looking at it from.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Got it.
So we have, again, this is 1991, April. Wow. I mean, look at some of this writing. Is that Reba McEntire right there? Plane? What's right here? It says, show plane to Reba McEntire. Oh, and husband and Kevin. You see that right there? McCutcheon? Can you see what I'm seeing?
No.
Let me see what happened here. Hold on one second. Oh, it made that way smaller. Hold on one second. Yeah, right there.
Are you talking about the one that's really dark?
No, I'm talking about 7.5. It says, show plane to Reba McEntire. It's cut off there. And husband and Kevin McCutcheon. Come on, you could see that. Where it says 7.5. You see that? Everybody's a Reba fan, man. What? Whoa, okay. Again, we're just going to zoom on.
This writing is absolutely atrocious.
Do you see where it says CMH? You know what CMH is, right? That's Columbus, baby.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I can't even believe it.
Well, I
That's
was gonna
CMH.
say, okay, so the second column, that is like it's to and from where the plane started and then
Yes.
where it went, correct?
Yeah. Like
And-
CMH, Lexington, CMH.
Yep.
CMH is Columbus.
Right.
I mean, when I saw that, I was like, oh, hell. Yeah. So just me, Tracy says, I'm going to puke. Yep, I would puke too. Lana, I sent you an email with a link to where the names are printed out better. Oh, we might have to go there. Like I said, I have really good eyesight, I feel like, so I gotcha. But right there where it says test flight.
Mm-hmm.
But let me see. Do we want it to be darker? Does not mean she did anything, just maybe by the plane. No, I think that they were just flying to the concert. No, right? I don't know. I'm trying to give Reba some love and some, we don't know what it means. I just saw the name, guys, and I was like, what? Yes, Les Wexner. You guys know who Les Wexner is? Money.
Yep.
He is the money in Columbus, man. Money. So, like all of the Ohio State.
Les was also the guy that owned Victoria's Secret for a while, right?
Yeah, he also
actually
every friggin' building down in Ohio State, it's like the Wexner Center. It's like Wexner. It's everything Wexner. Just so you guys know. Victoria's Secret, yep. All those Victoria's Secret models. Wasn't Tom Brady's wife Giselle? Wasn't she a Victoria's Secret model? God, I'd love to have her on my show.
Yeah, if I remember correctly, Les Wexner was the guy who actually owned Victoria's Secret before he sold it off, if I remember correctly.
You guys, I live in Columbus. I know a lot about Columbus. I'm originally from Cleveland, in case you guys are new here. Tom Bradley, you mean? Yeah. Bella would be like, oh, that's Tom Bradley's ex-wife now.
Tom Brady?
Yeah, but Bella calls him Tom Bradley because she knows nothing about sports. So we laugh with her. Yes, he owned limited brands. You guys, go look at everything owned by Ohio State, all these buildings. I'm telling you, I think after this list has come out, we're gonna start seeing the scrubbing of the name Wexner on all of our buildings. Everything Ohio State says the Wexner, blah, 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 the Wexner this, the Wexner that. So it's going to be very, very interesting how it plays out in my hometown. Yep. All saying, you know it. They also, I believe, did Wexner get into anything to do with Abercrombie and Fitch at any point in time? Because he was able to get Abercrombie and Fitch. Now, the reason I'm bringing up Abercrombie and Fitch is because all of the models, all those boy models, they were using young. I mean, Abercrombie and Fitch was selling that sex symbol in a very different way. Everybody was going out and buying Abercrombie and Fitch. Abercrombie and Fitch's headquarters was here. Express is here. You guys need to look up Ohio, Columbus. Columbus has so many Fortune 500 companies right here. Bone Thugs and Harmony, yep, from Cleveland. Thank you for that. So,
quick question.
Yeah, we're gonna go on.
Can we look at 16.0, please? I am trying to read this. It says two something below the
floor.
Below the floor. 20 year, does that say x-rays? I'm having trouble reading this. This writing is terrible.
Yeah. This I might have to pull up the other one. Let me see here. I'll look at something really quick. Here's a link. The names are. Let's see if this one helps. I wanted the darker names. So let's see. let's see. Go ahead and send that again. I think was it Kendra that wrote that. Somebody wrote that in there. If you have the darker image, we'll do that for you guys. If you have that, while I'm waiting for that, I'm gonna keep on scrolling here. Page number 2, Jeffrey. So like I said, every time we see Jeffrey, we know relocate. See what it says, like relocate due to something curfew. And I'm guessing
that's
the
his
code.
curfew when he
See the code at the airport to the left, all the way. I think that's DCA.
Mm-hmm.
So like they had to move. Okay, right here. This is what I'm talking about. Number 10, where it says Jeffrey plus 1 female. How is it just 1 female? Like, isn't that crazy? Again, this is 1991. Relocating to pick up Jeffrey. So they went from, look at this, CMH. You guys, I didn't realize how much he was in Ohio. Okay, him and Wexler must have been kicking it. They must have been kicking it, man. I could probably get my hands on a lot of, you know what? I'm gonna throw in some body cams. I'm gonna see if I get my hands on some body cams. Maybe there were some issues. Maybe I can get some body cams.
Number 14 is interesting. What's a PAX? Does that say PAX? It says Jeffrey Abby plus 1 PAX. What's that?
Yeah, let me zoom in there. Like I said, I'm looking at this with you guys right there. Wexner hired Jeffrey as a financial manager beginning sometime in the 1980s and continuing until 2007. Interesting. Wexner had a very close relationship with Epstein that began. I knew that, but I think when I see CMH, because like I always travel, and so when I see CMH, I'm like, God, I didn't even realize that. Yeah, he was here. He was here probably a lot. So, Ohio's got the banging broads though. Halle Berry out of Ohio came from nothing. Now she's just running it. Let's see. Halle Berry was not a blonde either. Right here, you said number. I'm going to increase this. Where we go here. Yeah, I just did get
14.
14. Let me go lower. Abby. So Jeffrey Abby plus 1 PAX. Yeah. And
then there's a plus 1. Yeah, and right underneath it, 14, 15, 16, PAX.
Jeffrey plus 2. Relocate for, let me just back out just a little bit because I want to see where they're traveling from. Denver, CMH. Interesting. Jeffrey. Jeffrey Eva Anderson. There you go. There's our girl, Jiz. I call her Gazelle. Jiz. Roger. Is that a S-H-L-E?
Roger Schul.
Yeah, right there, number 26.
Soul. Looks like S-O-H-L-E, but I'm not sure. Sowell. S-O-W-L-E. Sowell.
Well, PAX allegedly is, I'm going to come back to that because I have somebody looking up something right now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to come back to that. Let's take a look here.
I'm working on it.
Yeah, could it be the number of passengers carried by an airplane? Like the total passengers?
Maybe.
Let me just, I want to keep on moving. I want to see above. So when it says above, it's whoever was on that top line.
Just Jeffrey and Ghislaine. Eva
Mark.
Anderson. Yeah, Eva Anderson. Does that say CPS?
Yeah, CPS was on the plane. No. No, it says Epstein. Mark Epstein.
Oh, Mark
right there.
Epstein.
Yeah.
It would make sense that there are people from CPS working with them, I'm sure.
Yeah, let me see something. I want to go a little bit less than that. There we go. Hold on. 2, 4, 700 storms. Dude, they were just like, they were, you want to talk about how often they traveled? Look at this. So these are the dates right here, like the 13th, 17th, 17th, 18th, 18th, 19th, 19th, 30th. CMH, CMH. So CMH to CMH, that's interesting. Like you left at, you took off, it just you went up in the air. Like they said, it was a test flight. So.
Yeah.
And for the record, I wonder if it has anything to do with, Dayton. Girl, are you in like a tunnel? Where the hell are you?
No, I was walking back in.
Hold on, I want to hear that. Yeah. It's like it's like that. It's like we're like in a tunnel. Hold on, I'm gonna kick you out and bring you back in. I'm gonna bring her back on. Sign off, come back in. I don't know what that noise is, but I feel like she is in another universe. I thought maybe she's up in a plane. Maybe it's just my AirPods, though. These damn things. I try to get new ones. So let's see. Haiti is where Clinton advisor got busted stealing children. Yeah, this is just pretty sick. She's in an Idaho tunnel right now. Don't y'all worry about where she's at. Yeah. All right, let's take a look as she's clearing her throat. As that's happening, let's take a look at, I'm going to zoom in and over. So like September, so like 30th, then it goes into October. So October starts here. Flight number 42. God. Heather, no last name. Probably Heather Locklear from Melrose Place, She needs to be on the plane. Let's see. I think I found the darker version here. Oh, wow. So somebody already went ahead and broke this all down. How many times somebody was on the plane. Leave it to the statisticians. Gotta love it. Here we go. Annie Potts, are you out of the tunnels?
I think so. I made it out.
Okay. I don't know what it was, but it keeps going.
Does it sound better? No, it's because I walked outside. God forbid I move it like even an inch.
Okay, because I was like, I don't know what's going on, but you sound like you're in Idaho's tunnels. So there you go. Here I'm going to zoom in. Let's see. And then I think I was able to get the list in like highlighted. So hold on one second. Let's see what the original. Okay, yeah. We're gonna go with the original documents here. Let's go ahead and do this. We got them. They're like way better. Oh, are they still gonna be like that? That doesn't know if it's way better. It's blurry. Yeah, no thanks. I'd rather read light writing than blurry writing. Okay. Continuing on. Lisa, no last name. Christine, no last name. Again, Heather Locklear would be great. She's a blonde. Above Jeffrey, we're on page 5. See how much they were traveling. Jeffrey, Christine, Heather. Heather, who's that? Oh yeah, this is where I saw Zuckerberg. Hold on. Zuckerberg, all the same, right? Test. Where are they testing out of? Let's see where they're testing out of. CMH, October 23rd. You know what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a look at the concert club. Back in the day, concert club was a big thing. If you were part of the, God, it was who did it? It was I think it was Ticketmaster. You could be in, you had to pay like a annual fee, but you were part of like the concert club, and you got first dibs at concerts. You know, when they hit it in different cities and states. And so I'm curious if they're flying revolved around. I mean, that's a big thing to take somebody to. You got to think about, like, if you're going to be like treating somebody, oh, let's go and do this, and why somebody would be like thinking that they're going to go do something and then it's something else. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah, big sports games too. Super Bowl is big.
Yeah. So interesting. We'll look into that. Let's see if this typed out version is a little better. Oh, so is it all the way at the end of that? Let me see. I think we found it. Hang tight, guys. I think we found where we can get the logs a little clearer. Let's see. All right. This is the full database. All right. I think I got it. I'm going to go ahead and stop sharing this. And I'm going to get us on to, watch this. Stop sharing. I'm going to share this one. Hopefully this works. Okay. Let me see if I can make this bigger. How's that shit? Business Insider coming to it. All right, so we already went through all the stuff. Oh, this is November, though. Maybe they're doing the most notables. See, Columbus CMH.
I noticed this one has like the abbreviations. This one has the abbreviations, the initials. Yeah.
Who's called Baby on November 21st? Baby.
No, someone brought a baby.
Oh. Shit. No, they didn't. Someone's called Baby. Nobody puts baby in the corner.
Someone had their baby with them.
Shit. Who he called baby? Oh no, they just brought a baby. You guys, come on now. You gotta love it.
Well, yeah.
Who brought a baby? No, they brought the.
I don't think that's someone's name. I think they have to account for if someone brought a baby on the plane, so they just write
Glenn, baby, one female. Baby, no name, no birth certificate. We don't know this baby. We're gonna sell this.
No
baby.
ID needed here.
We're gonna sell this baby. I mean, what's wrong with people? Dead, right? That's what I said. Dead. Who brought a baby on a plane with Jeffrey? Jeffrey, come on now. Maybe it's Babyface.
Well,
Maybe it's Babyface.
You don't want my opinion on why they're bringing babies on his plane.
Well, they're probably gonna go sell a baby. They
to
bought
his
a baby,
island.
You know, babies on a plane.
Exactly.
You know?
Trading babies. They're fucking trading babies is what they're doing.
Yeah. All right, let's take a look. We got Greenberg. Are these the guys that do the sports radio show?
See, it says it right there again. Baby and nanny.
Oh, we got a nanny now. He was like, Jeffrey was like, hey, yo, that fine piece, bring her. Get your nanny on here. Look at this, 3 males. CCMH, guarantee you they're Abercrombie and Fitch models. I'm telling you guys, that was when I was back in the day at this time, 1995, I was just entering high school in 96, given my age here. And I was like, you guys would get the bags from Abercrombie, and then you would cut the bags out and put your wall, and it was like a poster because these guys were like half naked, and you're like, woo, yeah, la la. And then the girls are doing the same thing, but it was heavy. The guys had no shirts on, and like their pants were, coming off, ripped, showing off their penis muscles, I call them. And people were pinning those up on the wall. And here, look, I'm telling you, I bet money that these dudes are 100% Abercrombie models. Just fresh, spot on, Lana, spot on. I'm telling you, man. It was the thing. And I was just like, wow.
It was back then. That was the thing. Everybody wanted to be a model. for
Yeah.
Abercrombie and Fitch. Yeah.
And you know what's weird is that you'd always see like the girls, like Sports Illustrated. Well, here it was like Abercrombie's coming off showing like men, like the Mark Wahlberg here, like low cut. It was the penis muscles. That's what we. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, that's what we said.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, right there, the 3 mile. Look at CMH. I mean, telling you, CMH to West Palm. They probably went and who's this? Sophie. Who's Sophie Biddle?
She flies with him a lot, huh?
Yeah, West Palm. West Palm. West Palm was banging back then.
Chuck Schumer. Or Schumi, sorry, my bad.
Shumi? Yeah. Let's see. Who else do we have? So it's just them going back to. So like what they're doing here is that the one that I have is way more in depth. They're just taking, in my opinion. Oh, St. Martin, nice. Oh, there you go, Columbus. Here, so I go back up here and then hit this button. So this is February 1986. I want to see the Clintons. I want to know when the Clintons did it. Sharon Reynolds. Is Brian Reynolds your son? Just curious. +1 packs. We don't probably know. See, one female. We're not going to say who she is. Interesting. See, Columbus, man. Claire Hazel. I swear that's a model. Is that a model? I swear that's an Abercrombie model. I'm telling you, I've seen her name before. Who is Claire Hazel? I know I've seen that name before. Whoopsie.
I'm not sure.
Puffy was there. That's funny. Clinton's got to be on there at least 3 times. I want to know if it's Chelsea, though. Were they taking Chelsea there? Were they taking Chelsea with her? The Clintons go with 5 females. I'm just kidding.
I wonder who Francis is. Just says Francis.
See? Baby.
And 4, yeah.
Another baby. We got the nanny now, no baby. He's like, I just want that nanny. Give me that nanny. See, 1 male. Yeah, 1 male. 2 females. Let's take a look here. Let's see, 96. So we got 96. Dublin. Woo, woo. Catherine Douglas, Elizabeth A. Teal. Pamela. Was it Johanoff? Who the fuck are these people? They're getting down in Paris, though.
Yeah.
Cockburn Town. I'm sorry. You guys, if anyone's going to send me a hat or a t-shirt, I want it to be from Cockburn Town. That needs to be some merch there. Epstein is in Cockburn Town. Shit. You can't make this shit up, man. Where were you at?
And then he went from Cockburn Town to West Palm Beach.
I mean,
so
wait a
minute.
Cockburn.
Wait a minute. He landed in Cockburn Town. When?
It's pronounced Coburn. Oh, we're going with cock, all right? Put that on a t-shirt. Lana says Cockburn, we say Coburn. It's like Kohlberger pimpin'. That's funny. Sorry, just having a moment over here by myself. Don't mind me. All right, West Palm. You guys, come on. Why would look at that? I'm highlighting it. Here we go. Columbus, May 13th. 1996. What was going on? West Palm, Santa Fe, Jim Warren. I wonder if that's no. What is this? Anki? What is this? That's how Anki, yeah. What is that? Oh, Paula. Bitch named Paula. You suck my Paula. There you go. God, I would love it if I saw like Biggie Smalls on here. No passengers.
Some of these don't even have, some of these don't even have the full name.
No pass. Maybe he's just the pilot. No passengers, and Jim Warren was there. I mean, what? That's funny. Let's take a look here. Page. Geez, I have to do really some. I'm trying to catch us on to something decent. Next, page 5. What do we got? September 7th, 1996. Alan. Oh wait, Alan Dershowitz. That's a good name. Isn't he a lawyer? Dershowitz is definitely a lawyer.
Alan Dershowitz is, yes, he's actually, listen, Alan Dershowitz is someone, you know, when it does come to the law, that's what I mean. These people, we always got to be very, very careful about these people, because he didn't just go once. He's been a bunch of times. Alan Dershowitz is also well known, you know, he's highly respected as far as his constitutional law prowess. He understands constitutional law very, very well. But all these people are sus.
Well, all these people are sus. Sorry, my son has a joke for you guys, you know, so I have to share it. You know, I told you it's during the week of school not being in session. And so my son comes over and he says, I want to share a joke with you and you could share with everybody. I said, okay. Do you want to just share it? That's why I muted myself there for a second. Yes, he was an OJ attorney. I knew it. Alan Dershowitz was a freaking OJ. That's the dream team. Exactly. See? Do you want to tell me or do you want me to tell him? You tell him. Let me tell him? Okay. He said, Mom, why don't you use a broken pencil? I said, why? He said,
because there's no point of it.
Because there's no point. There's no point to use it. Yeah. Because there's no point to it. Sorry, but that's our humor in this house. So, Alan Dershowitz, I'm telling you, he's a damn lawyer. I'm going with that all day. Thank you, baby, for that. Love that boy more than life itself, man. Dershowitz may have been Dersh. All right, here we go.
The Dersh, that's right. He's the Dersh.
Yeah. Why don't you use a broken pencil? Because there's no point to use it. Straight nugget. Love it. Oh man. Let's see what else we got here. Let's see. Let me get back to my section here. Dieter. We done did her. We did her. I'm sorry, but who? This is, you know, with what the fuck translation services. Oh shit. Oh, we did her. We did her on that plane. No, she didn't. Thank you. My 14-year-old laughed and said, it's true. There's no point. There's no point. Yeah, there you go. See, my son always keeps me fresh. Oh, man. And then Tina says, it is pronounced Dita. Didia? Well, guess what? We're going to say did her. We did her on that plane ride.
We done did her.
Mm-hmm. We used to call Adam Dunn. Dunn did it. He used to play for the Reds when I was in college. He is a lawyer. Thank you. Yes, all these lawyers. He needs to be. He needs to be lawyered up. Somebody needs to be lawyered up. Lord knows. I don't believe. I mean, people can say, "Lana, you're a conspiracy theorist." No, I think it's really, the timing of this whole alleged that, he committed suicide is just whoa. Let's see what else we got. Let's go back up.
Well, here's the crazy thing. It's not a conspiracy theory. We're looking at the actual flight log. So.
Yeah. Yep. I just don't think I would look into his death. Brian Mathis. Brian Mathis is what that last name? Lester. What a name. Those of you guys having babies, please don't name your kid Lester. West Palm Beach, baby. You know that when was Versace? Wasn't Versace killed in West Palm? Was that Versace? Remember that?
Miami.
I think. Are you sure it wasn't West Palm? Or did he go to Miami for the week? Anyways, take a look. We have
I'm
another
pretty sure
nanny.
it was. Yeah.
So we have another nanny family of 4. Glenn, child, nanny, one male, one female. You guys, this just sounds like a swinger like lifestyle party right here. West Palm, just bring them. Here we go. Columbus, I'm telling you, man. Columbus is famous, man. Columbus is being put on the map. Look out. Not in a good way, my friends. Somebody had a great. Could Stephen be Stephen Colbert? Interesting. Yes, right in front of his house. Yes. Remember that? It was so horrible. I swear he had a place in West Palm and he was in Miami only. Was he living in Miami or was he just visiting? Because I thought he spent a lot of his time in West Palm. But
as far as I knew, he was like stabbed out in front of the mansion. Whether he was living there or just, I don't know if he had more than one home, whatever. I think he was stabbed though out in front of the mansion, like on the steps of his mansion.
Yeah, he definitely had more than one home. I just couldn't remember. I just couldn't remember if it was his West Palm or Miami, but I think now it is Miami. Paula, 2 ants. Look at this, 2 ants. Like, we're not gonna give up the ants' names, but Paula, you outed. Oh shit. Gwendolyn Beck. No way. Joel, is that Billy Joel? I'll shit a brick. You guys, I have no idea. Don't run with that. Columbus, man. Columbus doing it to it. Let's take a look at page 7. Gwendolyn. I swear that name's familiar. Man, these nannies were just living the life or just like watching Donald Trump. There it is. Donnie, my friend, my boy DT. January 5th. He went there to celebrate the new year. He went from West Palm Beach to Newark, though. So Newark is a totally different, Let's see. So this is what's interesting. This is what you need to pay attention to, guys. So West Palm Beach to Newark. See how it's like Newark? I call it Titusville, but Titusville. You see how he's on that plane? All right. That's what y'all need to pay attention to is when somebody goes somewhere and doesn't come back. Or they just hop on a ride. You know what I mean? That's what I would be looking at. If we're going to be fair about this, you got to look at, did they go somewhere and did they come back together? So, but yeah, there's Donald Trump. Trump next to court documents.
He went and was like, get me my plane and get me the hell out of here.
Yeah. That's what I would be thinking too. I mean, Donald Trump has his own plane, but I could see, is he just hopping a flight?
He had his own chopper come pick him up.
Head to the chopper. Oh shit.
So well, does it show him flying back with them when they come back?
No, it doesn't. The next one says, Newark to no, he's on it. That's the whole point is that he looks like he was just catching a flight. Homeboy is just catching a ride, like, yeah, I'll ride out.
Well, back in 97 too, though.
Yeah, January 97.
Yeah, 97. That was was like the beginning of the real estate and moving on to like big time real estate mogul. At that point, I know if somebody brought me down there and I saw some crazy shit going on, and that's what I would do.
He went to Newark. He didn't go to the island.
But I mean, bringing you around these people. If you get a bad vibe, you'd be like, hey, you know what? If you have access to it, send me my plane, send me my chopper, get me out of here.
Yeah, I was on a plane with a 2-year-old. I'm good, thanks. Shit like that. Look at this.
Right.
Here you go. Say this name for me.
Kazadumek.
Yeah. Kazadumek.
Kazadumek.
Special right there. Santa Fe.
Kazadumek.
Oh, here we go. Columbus. Santa Fe went to Columbus. Columbus went to. See, they were going to Columbus. This is what's interesting. Santa Fe to Columbus. Look at just these 3 went, right? Then those 3 just left. You get what I'm saying? Like, why did they go there? Well, I got to go meet with my financial advisor, maybe, or maybe he's literally getting there the same day and then leaving there the same day. Like, what are you doing? So, like, if I was to sit down and actually, like, because I just got these, but if I was to sit down and actually look, because what I would want to pay attention to is who's coming back on flights wherever you're going. Like, for example, this one right here, April 10th, these people had to be there. Teb, okay? 2 females, 1 male. So you want to go back and see where there was 2 females and 1 male that were ever taken there. See right here, there's 1 female taken on this trip. But like, he flies there. See right here to here, okay? Then he waits like a week. Then he's flying back. So he leaves GM there, okay? Or she could have flown on, but JEDC and then this woman, Donna, 2 females and a male, they're coming back to West Palm. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I would have to go through, and it wouldn't take me that long. And I would tell you where I thought things were suspicious and like how long people were like being out there. That it's like, when did they fly back? That's really what you truly want to look at if you're investigating this. To look here, just look at names. That's going to be great. But you want to look at how this was a shady deal. Is you want to break down where people were being dropped off and when they were truly coming back. If you're going there for like a week, are you coming back? That's what you want to look at. So that's how you would look and see the shady shit.
I'd also want to see if like the children that are accounted for and the babies are accounted for are also coming back on the flights.
Yeah.
Are you short a baby by chance? You know what I mean?
Yeah. Are you sure? Yeah. Are you sure, nanny?
Right.
The 2 females and 1 male has to be hidden by the court. I would agree. You have to list their names in case of a crash. I would agree. This was also 1991 to 2001. Were they loosey-goosey until, 9/11? I'm just saying, for all we know, maybe the courts aren't hiding them, No nanny left behind.
Well, especially too with like private charter planes,
Yeah.
They back then they were pretty loosey-goosey with it. That's how they were able to do it for so long. And I think this is also prior to him actually being convicted. So it was a lot easier for him to get away with stuff back then.
Yeah. And let's see 1 second. Let's see. I know you got to pop off here. You have a meeting at 1:30, so I'm going to be doing a live about this tonight as well when it carries on from something I'm going to be talking about. So anybody that wants to deep dive live with us tonight, we're going to be breaking down more of the names and the flights, like who came back, who didn't come back, things like that. So, but I want to say thank you so much for Annie Potts being here and breaking it down with us, and we'll break it down later. If those of you guys are sticking around, I'll be doing a live here at 2.
I'm off to a meeting. I hope everybody has an awesome and happy new year. I love you, girl.
Oh, love you too, baby. Happy New Year. You're the best.
Bye.
Happy New Year. Now, those of you guys that are sticking around at 2 p.m., so just in 30 minutes, I will be going live. Those of you guys that are following the Idaho 4 case with me out of Idaho, 4 students brutally stabbed, murdered, Brian Kohlberger case. I'm going to talk about Kaylee Gonzalez's bedroom. We got to talk about some stuff over there. Allegedly at the house. We're also going to talk about why Kaylee was ever using that address 1122 King when it was not her address. So we have a lot. We have a lot to cover this week. So I've made a bunch of thumbnails that's going on this week. But if you want to talk more about this, I will be talking about it way more in depth. And I will also bring out unredacted names and numbers of people from a little black book from Jeffrey's left-hand woman. So join me. You guys are great. Again, you have an opinion, make it known. Thumbs up or thumbs down. But we're going to break down more of the names. And I really want to look at when they leave somewhere and when they leave out of somewhere, who's staying and who's going. So we're really going to dig down. Lana, you were right. This list is partial list by the looks of it. Oh, it's 100% partial list. It's definitely not all of it. But it's fine. Business Insider, they probably have their, I guess you could say, they have their leaders and they have to follow their rules. So Business Insider probably just picked and choose. But I already know that this started in September and they didn't start there. With that said, join me back in about 30 minutes. If you guys are following the Idaho 4 case.
Who's responsible here? Whose house is this?
Yeah, I've been drinking or anything, right?
No.
Okay, drive careful, okay?
Thank you.
Oh, no, she didn't. Catch a green slip. Catch a green slip.
Oh, really? You just ditched it? Awesome.
Merry Christmas, baby.
It's truly for the win.
Again, to the transparency, appreciates all of you guys. Happy 2024. Happy New Year. We'll see you soon.